Oh boy, you're in for a bloody treat with this video. I'm going to absolutely spill my brain and knowledge. I've put together 7 massive tips to help you become a successful architecture student. Let's get straight into it. Tip number 1 is to have a plan. It's easy to get caught up in all of the big assignments and projects that you have in architecture school, and it's easy to lose sight of why you're actually doing all of this work. But if you have a clearly defined reason for studying architecture, short-term and long-term, you're going to be able to use that as your North Star to guide you. Where do you see yourself in 5, 10, 20 years from now? How does studying architecture right now in this very moment help you to getting closer to that goal? The key here is to have ambitions for the future. Have a definite plan for achieving those ambitions and consider what role studying architecture has in that journey. And that leads into tip number 2. Your grades don't matter. If you have a plan for the future and you're working towards it one step at a time, it doesn't matter how little those steps are, as long as you're consistently and persistently getting there. Any failures or defeats, such as a bad grade, is only a temporary setback. If you know that you're putting in 110%, you know that you're going to be getting better and better every day. These temporary setbacks or bad grades are meaningless in the long term of your goals. And this further leads into tip number 3. Use your grade and feedback to get better. It does not matter if you have a bad grade, but you need to use that feedback to improve for next time. I can't remember who said it, but they said you can make a mistake, but it's not okay to make the same mistake twice. You need to learn from the work that you do to progressively get better. It's okay to fail a project as long as you're spending the time to study why you failed. You accept it and you take ownership of it, and you look at how you can improve for next time. And that's the thing, so many students are afraid of failing. They don't want to fail, but failing is good. It shows that you're trying new things and you're opening yourself up to new ways to improve. That's literally how the world has progressed into what it is today. Through adaptations. We make a mistake, we adapt to it, and we improve, even if it's only just by 1%. But we are improving for the next time that we do that task. So consistently learn from the mistakes that you make as an architecture student and always look to improve yourself. Tip number 4, and I want to say that studying architecture is stressful. Anything in life is. But there are 2 different types of stress. The first type of stress is when you've left your project to the last minute. You're not sleeping because you have to stay up and work on your project. You're frustrated and anxious about finishing your project on time. That's called distress. And I can tell you that's not the good kind of stress. However, what people don't realize is that there is a good type of stress. When you get outside your comfort zone and you push yourself to try new things, that's when you grow as a person. When you're getting ready to present in front of your class and your hands are getting sweaty, when you present it might feel bad or awkward, you might be anxious and nervous about presenting, but by doing so you're getting outside your comfort zone and you're getting better at presenting in front of people. And most of the time after you present you think, well, that wasn't so bad. I feel good. And that's the good kind of stress. That's called eustress. My point here is to get outside of your comfort zone. Put yourself in uncomfortable situations that you don't want to be in. Sure, it might suck in that very moment, but that's how you fast track your education. That's how you get better at things, and that's how you get handed new opportunities. As an architecture student, definitely have a give it a go mentality. Just give it a go and you'll be surprised at what you can do and how much faster you'll learn. Tip number 5 for architecture students. This is cliche, but use this as a reminder. Don't procrastinate. Time management. Get the right amount of sleep. There is no excuse. Typically speaking, the more time you spend on a project, the higher your grade is going to be and the better that work is going to be. If you spend the first 4 weeks of your course in your kickback mode where you're watching Netflix, binging it, going out with friends, scrolling through Instagram, and not doing any work, you're doing yourself a disservice. Success requires sacrifice. Sacrifice binging through Netflix and scrolling through Instagram to work on your projects. If you waste time and you don't manage yourself, it's going to bite you on the ass later. Put in the hard work now and you'll be able to kick back later. But if you kick back now, you'll have to put in the hard work later, plus more. So that's tip number 5. Don't be lazy, don't procrastinate, and get the right amount of sleep. And since we're on this topic of your health, let's talk about tip number 6, which is not usually talked about much. To eat and drink healthy. What you put in is what you get out, and it makes a huge difference what you eat and drink. If you often get headaches, feel tired, run down, weak, or depressed, scientifically speaking, it's a good chance you're not eating well. On top of that, make sure you're drinking plenty of water. This is an absolute game changer that just doesn't get talked about that much. If you treat yourself well, you'll be able to produce a lot more work that is higher quality. And the final tip, number 7, have fun. You've chosen architecture because it's clearly something that you're passionate about. Don't forget why you started and use that passion to fuel the work that you do. And if you find architecture begins to feel mundane or boring, take a step back and think about what got you into architecture in the first place. Was it the creativity, the drawing and the rendering, or was it the analytical, the problem solving and the technical drawing? Also, take a look ahead. Use your vision of the future from tip number 1 to pull you, to automate your path to achieving the goals that you have set yourself. Have an ambition or a North Star that guides you, and you'll be motivated to keep going. Now, I talked super fast in this video. If you feel like you've missed something, feel free to go back and rewatch it. I want to say thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate you guys taking the time to listen to me and watch my videos. If you have any comments or questions or advice that you have yourself, please don't keep them to yourself. Feel free to share them down below in the comments section. I'd love to know some of your secrets for studying architecture. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you want to check out some of my other helpful videos, feel free to press the buttons to the side here, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care, guys. I look forward to it.